Warrior who fights. I realize I am a warrior of an internal war, battling the conflict within and waging war on myself. I thought I was fighting an external adversary. I now realize I was fighting myself and the experience of life and people. I was devoted to the hostility of always being ready to arrogantly engage in whatever I believed at the time needed to be defended or controlled. First, I fought those around me whom I believed were stealing my dignity, worth and value, but they were just expressing their own unresolved emotions, and I was energizing my unresolved emotions to combat what I was confused about feeling. I thought I needed to fight to survive, but internally was losing more of the truth within, converting more to negativity, soul abuse, and self-sabotage, becoming a weary warrior of an unexplained war. I bandaged my unresolved emotions as a weapon to reel around, to defend, justify and control what I should have acknowledged as soul opposition and oppression. It was my soul opposition and oppression that caused me the hurt, pain, rage, and emotional unease within. I utilized all my mankind weapons of resistance, denial, avoidance, codependency, control, judgment, confusion, and manipulation to serve me in order to get the better of any opponent, ignorant to the fact that I was the strongest adversary I had, creating more hardship for myself. I chose to focus on the world of antagonistic opponents and became blinded to the battle within and the truth of my soul. I became what I despised, what I looked down on with contempt. I battled to become superior over, judging and resenting others for not seeing the value of my being, while ignoring my ability to care and value my own soul. I tried to get from others what I thought I'd lost: dignity, respect, worth and value. And then the penny dropped and I realized I couldn't take from others what I needed to experience within myself. I can't get self-respect, worth, value and dignity from others who have no real ability to give it to me. By choosing to continue existing as a warrior, I was allowing myself to harbour and harness the struggle of my opposition to truth. I tried to control recognition of my worth within mankind and accepted a destiny of deception and condemnation for being a unique, independent, individual soul of true source divine origin consciousness. I chose to exclude truth, realizing the truth that the weapons I used against myself can feel very vulnerable, for it is the weapons that shield me from acknowledging and accepting my own reality. I realized and accepted that the war was not really with other warriors, but with the reality of my own unresolved emotions and life. The truth is, I was only battling truth, which was constraining and enslaving me to the complications of negativity, deceit, hardship, and despair. I was captivated by the need to struggle, and I stayed loyal and devoted to the burden of the inner barriers of my opposition to resolving my soul oppression and negativity. The purpose of the war was to hold out and inhibit, even nullify, my acceptance of myself for who I am, which is a significant, unique, independent soul. I was missing the true opportunity for resolution and evolution, fighting for freedom, when all I had to do was acknowledge the part I was playing that had me eluding my truth. I reacted with denial to my sorrow for not comprehending the compulsion to sabotage my soul. I wanted to control my choices so I could keep using my deception as a shield against truth. I became shocked at my own willingness to give away responsibility for my soul's consciousness and unconsciousness. I realized I was choosing to be subservient to my own desire for control, believing I had no choice, and I told myself I was a victim to the power of anti-truth. I became stagnant because of my own rejection of freedom of choice, and I felt tortured by the knowledge that divine has given me complete free will and the divine right to choose the destiny of my earth experience. I can either accept truth and trust how I feel, or abide by my perception of mankind's expectations and empower my unresolved emotions, which means I stay connected to my fear of truth. This caused me to choose to denounce and oppress my awareness of my soul truth by resisting my freedom of choice. I felt the despair when I conceded to the truth that unconscious energy never readily accepts conscious truth without conscious choice, which means I had to choose my path willingly. The warrior within must accept the fight is over and the prize is freedom of choice. I had to choose to explore my soul truth. I realized the choice is a divine right. When I reject the value of my soul, I am only isolating myself from truth. Understanding freedom of choice gives me awareness of the truth of my soul's consciousness. When I acknowledge my truth, I can feel the unconditional love divinity has for me. The ability to respond to life with grace and ease is within me. I have the freedom to choose to allow myself to accept truth and reality without a fight. Being responsible for my soul means being truthful with my awareness of my own ability to choose liberation from the bondage and confinement of my unresolved emotions and my self-deception. I acknowledged I could resolve all my alliances with my own confusion, coercion, and compulsion to repetitively obey my own negativity, harsh self-judgment, and desire for control, and my denouncement of freedom of choice. As a soul, I accept the reality of being able to choose freedom over negative known patterns. I choose to be willing to apply conscious effort to conscious living and accept the competency within to choose liberation from automatically reacting as an unconscious warrior and instead be the truth of who I am. I acknowledge and understand the reality that I cannot escape mankind's negativity or divinity's unconditional love, but I can choose to be consciously aware of myself within both, which will enable me to feel the truth of my present moment. The internal war I wage with myself may not be seen by others, but it is always felt by me, and I have a choice. Lorraine Nylon, warrior who fights. Your insight and awareness.